G'day guys, welcome back to another video. So this one's basically another one of Ray's chats, Ray reviews. We're going to do a quick build video on this Toyota Hilux. This belongs to Ken Paddle. We're here in Townsville. This is where we're staying, where we're getting all our stuff done, and we came up to do a heap of work on it. So run us through what we've got. Ken, what's the car?
Alright, she's a 2021 Toyota Hilux SR5, premium leather interior, etc. On the outside, it's all Toyota bars, side brushes, side rails.
So we'll start, we'll start with all your bar work, all your exterior bar work. So your bull bar, I just said bull bar's factory.
Factory Toyota brush rails.
Factory
Toyota light bar.
Standard rear bar.
Yeah, just factory rear bar.
Yep, so all your bar work there, standard.
Yep.
So work our way around. We've got, on the bar, we've got the, what was your aerial?
RFI, 5 dBi.
5 dBi aerial.
Antenna there, works very, very well.
What do we got on the top?
Up top, we've got the Rhino crossbars, heavy duty crossbars there. The Rhino tradie rack on the back. ARB aluminium encased awning.
This is, I only seen one of these for the first time the other day on this. Looks like a good bit of kit, so much better than the factory awnings all have the canvas on them, and they all go to crap and crack and the zips stuff up. Whereas this definitely looks like the way of the future. On the back we've got factory tub with the
factory tub with the ARB Ascent canopy.
Ascent. What's the Ascent? Just that means the gold wings?
No, that's just the Ascent canopy is like the keyless remote lock.
Oh, the flashy stuff.
Yeah, top of the range sort of one at the time.
What do we got on the roof rack down the track? Just camping gear?
Canopy, yeah, that's probably just going to hold the gazebo and camp chairs, gas bottle, etc.
All that sort of
just
stuff.
Your normal external stuff, not
all
too much
nice
weight.
And light. That's all alloy in it.
That's all alloy, yeah.
What weight can it take?
It's 100 kilo rated, carrying, like travelling.
Driving weight. Shit, that's a lot, isn't it?
So
that's a lot more than a roof.
Yeah, well,
Like
I don't know what the front one's rated to, but
I think they're definitely not 100.
I think they're only 75 on the roof.
Yeah. Here guys, you'll like this one. We've got a custom toe ball cover here. Ken's got a multiple range of 3D printers, so he has fun doing all that stuff. He actually printed, I'll show it in the next video, but printed light diffusers for the spotlights on the Jeep. It's just basically a bit of a hobby, isn't it?
Yeah, just a bit of fun and games for the time being.
Until he gets good, really, really good at it. But, so we still got the factory Toyota snorkel. But I think we'll move on to the deer bit. What wheels are we running, Ken?
They are the off-road Armour Grinder, 17x9 POS 18s, I want to think they are.
They're a nice looking wheel, aren't they? Really nice looking.
Closest looking to the methods you can get without actually going methods.
Without going the methods. And what are they wrapped in?
Falcon Wild
Peak
MTs.
And they're just, they're 265?
265 70s.
Yeah, so it'd say a 32.
Yeah, pretty well.
Nice looking wheels. They definitely suit it. Like the size of the wheel and everything. And he was saying they're actually a little bit more offset than a standard wheel.
Otherwise, if you go too big, they rub on the mudguard as you turn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, too much offset.
This has got the ARB BP51 suspension in it.
Yeah.
2-inch lift.
And that's front and rear.
Front and rear, yeah, full kit.
And the rear's just standard lead, like standard design leads, are not the parabolics, are they?
No, they're standard design repack sort of thing.
But they're really nice. Like it drives.
It's a very comfy,
beautiful.
plush.
Yeah, like considering it's lifted on aftermarket shocks and everything, it drives really, really nice. It's done what would you say, 2,500 k's since it was all put in.
Since the suspension was put in,
so it's all well and truly seated. It sits beautifully. Right, so what have we got in here?
Under there, we are hiding a King's Dominator Extreme winch,
which we put in yesterday. So it's got the factory Toyota winch cradle. The reason the winch didn't go in from factory because it was supposed to, but they couldn't get the cradle. Wasn't it?
The cradle was out, not on stock in the country anyway.
Yeah, and when he brought the car new, they sold him the whole spiel that the only winch that would fit this was the Warn winch, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Warn 9000 was the only winch that you could put in. They would admittedly say you could put in there.
Yeah, so
turns out you can put any winch you want.
So they said Dominator Extreme fits in there perfectly. But yeah, so we had to actually get the folding number plate. We'll literally put that on today because you can't use it otherwise. So I think we'll go inside and have a look at your comms.
Let's go to the outside.
What do we got inside here?
Inside's still pretty standard. It's got a quad lock phone mount charger thing.
Phone like there, that's got the wireless charging, yeah?
Yeah, the wireless charging head on the XRS 370, I think it is.
Yep.
UHF. That's really
where's that hidden away behind your glove box or something?
Behind the climate controls.
Oh, so right up there.
Yeah, it's just a remote head.
And all your reverse camera, all that sort of stuff's all on the screen, factory screen, isn't it?
It's all factory, yeah, factory.
It makes it so easy these days rather than having just screens everywhere. So much neater and cleaner. And even the seats in them were so comfy. Like Em drove this today and she was saying how comfy for factory seats, considering the name Toyota have got with seating, how comfy they actually are. But I'll leave you for a sec and we'll go and pop all this open and we'll run you through what's in the back. Right, so all opened up. It's basically, what, 90%? We're at 80% complete. So it's still a work in progress. He's literally started this in the last couple of months, building it up for a tourer. So, started with the drifter drawers. They were fully custom, weren't they?
Drifter drawers, it's a preset thing you can just order off their website, but I just had them custom measurements made, just to give me some clearance between the wheel arches and with the jute liner and that, just got to give me custom measurements. And
and what's the fridge?
I don't know, CFX65, not dual zone, just
single zone. And this is pretty much the first time you've been using it last week, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's been on for 3 days straight now, like, or 4 days, whatever it's been.
And it literally, so we turned it on, it was about midday, wasn't it? And by 4 in the afternoon it was at temperature, pulled down, finished running. But so far it's been really good. The drifter drawers, what did you say in the front? You've got what's the water tank?
I think it's about an 80-90 litre stainless
steel
water tank.
So the tank empty with the drawer system itself, without the fridge, was what,
110 I think it was?
110 kilos?
Something like that,
So there's a bit of weight there, but it's all, the whole thing's made of timber. The drawers, when drifter do them, there's no drawer runners, no drawer slides, as you can see there. They all run on Teflon strips, so the drawer itself still moves really nice. It's not hard in any way. So they've been, hey?
You got a separate table there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. So the table slides out to use either there, or it has legs under it that it can be set up as a remote table. What would they like to deal with?
They were fine. They were great, like communication just through emails.
Yeah.
I rang them a couple of times when they asked for the custom measurements. Just they verified the measurements, said this is definitely what you want, because once we start building it, you can't change it. So that's good of them.
What was the sort of time turnaround?
There was about a 3 to 5. They said 3 months minimum, and they started at about the 4-month thing, and it took about 5 months to get to me from the day I messaged them.
Purchased it.
Yeah. Which is fair, because they give you notice on the website. They say it's going to be this long.
Yeah.
So.
And you are getting something that you can completely customise and build yourself.
Yeah, they build the fridge slide to suit whatever fridge you tell them.
Got. Then over in that side, we're going to have, it's not mounted in there yet, but that's going to be the thumper compressor. The little, what do you get, a 3.8 litre water pump. This side, what's this side? Just going to be storage under this wing?
That's just going to be seats and storage, just pack away sort of crevice.
So
switch panel with some external lights.
All the lights and that sort of stuff. In the back, let's talk DC. This is what we came up to do. In the back here, we just lift that straight up. Yep. So in there, we've got the EnerDrive 200 amp hour BTEC G2 through all our circuit breakers. We've got 2 positive and negative circuit buzz bars with the DC 40 plus. Running a, what was it, 180, wasn't it?
180 watt square panel.
Yeah, 180 watt square EnerDrive panel. So it's been on, fridge has been on for 3 days now. Hasn't dropped under 95%.
Yeah.
So even sitting in the shed running all night, in the morning it's still at 95%. Work is 7k away?
Yeah, about 7k.
Yeah, 7k, and it's at 100% by then. So for the current system, the battery is way overkill. But it leaves room for if he does put travel buddies, coffee machine, all that sort of stuff. It does leave room for all that, because you will get an inverter. It's just a case of, like we just said, depends how far you go as to what size inverter you need. As for putting the DC system in, it wasn't too bad. Working with the tub obviously is a lot harder than working with a flatbed tray, trying to run the wiring up through the tray and work it all. But it did actually, it wasn't too bad. It all went pretty well.
We had to remove the factory wiring, so like, once that was out of the way, pretty well.
Yeah, because it's got the
fed straight through
from Toyota. It's got the Red Arc BCDC 25 on it.
Between the dual battery in the front, yep.
And the dual battery under the bonnet. So we basically removed all the wiring from that to the back, so that way all the stuff in the back runs off the EnerDrive. So by the time we pulled all that out, it was a lot better to get it in. But,
and the alternator, how good is
that?
that?
Yeah, alternator puts out the 40 amps easy with like 5 amps to spare, so a lot more than most cars. Most cars you won't actually really run the 40 amps. even on ours on the Jeep, we got a 140 amp alternator and it maxes out at like 43 amps. So being a late model car, the amount of power they run to be able to pump out the 40 amps still is awesome. Would have been nice to get the 50 though.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? but you know, if I'm never going to drop between 94%,
oh, that's it. You don't need it. It's even
a 5-minute drive.
Yeah, and you know, you're sitting there pumping solar in all day anyway. But yeah, so we'll just pop the bonnet, give you the squiz under there, and see what we got. All right, so under the bonnet, we're not sitting overly special yet. Yeah, hey.
Not yet, no.
Yeah.
There's room for improvement.
But we're running, what did you say, Provent 200 series catch can there. Main reason you went Provent?
Just all the reviews and that, you know, you can buy the aluminium ones that people make up for themselves, etc. like that. These catch about 30% more oil.
Yeah, right. They got a filter.
They got a replaceable filter in them.
Yeah.
And like it's about a 15-minute job to put it in.
To change the filter?
Like we had
to fit the can. Yeah, right.
Like we trimmed about 1 inch off one of the hoses. That was all we done. The rest bolt on.
That's unreal, eh? And then we've got, that's the factory Toyota secondary battery there. It's just a lead acid battery. And we've got the circuit breaker for the anti-drive DC-DC feed. Up the back there we've got the ARB breather kit, which is front diff, rear diff, transfer and gearbox. I think they only said they do gearbox, front and rear diff on it. And we're like, no, we want the transfer done as well.
Yeah, like everything.
We want everything tapped in. Like, there's no point in doing a couple of things. So our plans for under here obviously are going to be fuel filter.
Yeah, secondary fuel filter, just as a safety net.
These aren't like the 200s where you have to do anything with the airbox. They're all right.
Technically, it's not actually a full factory sealed snorkel. The factory snorkels are basically cool air out of the dust sort of air system. There is actually a join in the system there that's not fully 100% waterproof. It's got foam and it's semi-sealed, but it's not actually a full waterproof snorkel.
Yeah, right. So that's on the list.
Yeah, so I'll be changing that whether I go.
You can fit a Safari or something to that airbox. You have to change the airbox too.
No, it should be able to plumb it as factory piping. It's just where I think it's where the snorkel joins through the guard.
Two plastic it's like a sandwich thing.
Yeah, together, yeah.
That's unbelievable.
So I might just silicone that up, you know.
Yeah, and take
it looks nice and stock standard. So
that's it. Factory stuff.
If I go
always
change it,
looks
I'm going to want to
smooth and neat. Yeah, and then stainless starts looking clunky. But yeah, so obviously intercooler one day, tune, all that sort of stuff.
Down the track, yes, definitely. Definitely want to get the tune, just iron out some of the bugs in the transmission.
A couple of dead spots and that, but power-wise
it's very good.
It's really good. It surprised me, the factory power output of it.
Like the only time you want more power is actually when you're in real soft sand or towing.
Yeah, the low down torque.
Like, just you get on it and get it going. Like
as for like us in the seat horsepower, it feels great. It's definitely for around town. It's got heaps there. But yeah, so we'll have to wait until it's all done and see it on the road with a caravan one day, eh?
One day, it's coming.
That's the next plan, guys. Is Ken wants to get a caravan and start seeing Australia and
make that phone call. Where are you, Ray? I'm coming.
Follow us around. So there'll be, you'll always see the big Jeep, and then there'll be Deepak and Meg, and there'll be Ken. It'll all be like a little convoy.
Yeah, a little convoy. Cruising around Australia.
But Ken, hopefully we'll do another video on this when it's all a lot closer to being done. But it's nice to get a video right near the start. I should have done one right when you brought it, but we didn't even have YouTube back then. So, but it's at least it's at this point, so now you can see a progression of where it was and where it ends up when it's finished. But we'll leave that there. Hope anyone out there with Hilux has enjoyed it and gave you some ideas. If you've got any ideas for Ken, shoot us a message and we can pass it on.
Leave a comment.
But as so far, it's been a great car. You got no complaints about it?
No complaints whatsoever. The only complaint was the factory hard lid. When I bought the car, I got the factory hard lid, and the CFX65 is about, I think it was 15 millimeters too tall to fit under the factory hard lid.
So I literally made the ute useless because the main thing was he wanted his fridge in the back on all the time. And yeah, that was a big kick in the pants because you got the roll bar and the hard lid, so all that had to be got rid of in the first few weeks. Yeah, and it was all because like the central locking, the bracing for the central locking, where the locks go to each side, bulkheads, it's like 4 inches deep, so it come down just 11 mil too far. And then it was a case of the only fridge that fitted was the Angle 40 or something. Or the big angle, which took up 3/4 of the bloody tray. Yeah, because they're so low. But other than that, she's been good. No complaints. Been flawless. But yeah, so anyone with any ideas, let us know. If you've got any suggestions for him or anything, you've got one and something's happened and you want to just share it out there, let us know. But any comments, leave it below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And click that notification bell.
Click that notification bell. Ding ding. But just do all that good shit, and we'll see you next time.